Hey, Taff, another out of this world story from our space. Have you ever woken up from a nightmare, seemingly escaping the horror, only to fall back into the same one? Today on our space, it's not just a dream, it's life, and it's raw, and very real. Up first, a jilted lover, with the hope of a fairy tale ending. I thought I had the perfect life. The r/divorce group suggests that I post on here. I don't know what to do. I'm sad, terrified, having horrible thoughts. I'm not a perfect man, but I thought I had the perfect life. I'm in the National Guard, but work full-time in big industry. I make over 6 figures a year. I work out. I built my own house, built my own small farm. I've been with my soon-to-be ex for 11 years. We finally got married 2 years ago. I just returned from a combat deployment. We were ready to have kids. I discovered she was with a man she hired to fix our fence while I was gone for over 6 months. They had unprotected sex numerous times. She fell in love with him. She did things and felt things with him she never did with me. She found her small-town cowboy she always wanted. I'm not a cowboy. She doesn't know that I know about the extreme depth of their infidelity. She has acted weird ever since I've been home. Claimed me she lived for a year by herself and she's adjusted to me being gone. The real reason, I think, is that she's in love with him, but only stays with me because I never left her. That she knows I'm a good provider and protector. He's just a younger, hot cowboy who's married and has kids and screws clients. What did I do wrong? I know I have to work on my vulnerability, but this hurts so effing bad. She talked about having kids with him and running away together. She's living this double life and pretending everything is fine. She's planning our planting season this year. We bought more chickens. She talks about having children with me and scheduling doctor's appointments. She hasn't realized how utterly broken I am as I hide behind the severe stoicism the military taught me. I've spoken with my best friend about it, discussed the details. He thinks I should file for divorce and kick her out. He says if I try to fix it with her, we can't be friends. Part of my Catholic nature, we weren't married in the Catholic Church, thinks I can fix this and make it work. I don't think it's possible. What will happen if I deploy again? I don't want to start over. I'm in my mid-30s and feel like I'm running out of time to have a dedicated wife and a farm full of kids who I want to raise to be great Americans. All I can do is cry in silence and keep the barrel of my pistol out of my mouth while I try to figure out how to approach her and have this discussion. I don't know how to start over. I don't know how to let go. I thought I was the strongest man I knew. I'm broken in half and I'm lost. Please, God, help me. My goodness, I'm so sorry, OP. Everything you're feeling is totally valid. It's okay to feel broken right now. The life as you knew it was totally turned upside down. And honestly, I think you're right to question whether or not to try to make it work. It seems like it would be hard to trust someone while you were away, out of town, and they had a cheating chat record. Also, it's hard to believe that someone you love and who you've been with for so long wouldn't be able to tell that something is on your mind when they look you in the eyes. Update, 24th of January. I broke down crying randomly 3 times driving to work this morning listening to the Bible in the Year podcast when Father Mike was praying for those trying to have children. The last time I cried was 2010 when my friend got killed returning from Iraq. Maybe this is acceptance. I scheduled a consultation with 2 lawyers to start filing procedures. I don't think this is savable. She has no remorse. I think she's a sociopath. I have been unable to schedule any in-person mental health sessions. First appointments are over 3 weeks out. That's BS. I'm going to try and find a priest from my local parish. I told my mom and my closest friends today. That was really hard. I haven't confronted her yet, but I'm making plans. Update, 26 January 2023. I have 2 legal consultations today to get filing for divorce. I hired a PI based on a suggestion from you all. This guy has 5 aliases, a suspended license, and 1 conviction on his record. He's 28 years old, married with 2 kids, and lives 15 minutes from my house. I woke up in a panic attack last night while she slept next to me and started bawling my eyes out, saying, I'm sorry. She said, hey, maybe it's the workout supplements you're taking or it's from something you picked up overseas. I've never seen you this upset. Maybe you should go see a doctor. Either she's playing me super hard or she's as clueless as a cat with the food dish in front of her face. Her birthday is January 29th, but I'm working at the refinery that week. So she's going to Key West with her friends from February 3rd to the 6th. I'm planning on confronting her when she comes back, presenting her with the divorce papers, and asking her to leave to go live with her mom or sister. I love her so much. I need to let her go. This is the other God is revealing to me. This was supposed to happen, and he gave me the grace to find the evidence of the infidelity to prevent me from having children with her. You guys and gals have been so supportive, and it's helped me bring me out of a dark place. Thank you so much. I'll keep updating as it goes. Update, January 28th. I'm working night shift this week at the refinery. I woke up around 13:45. I get a message from the PI I hired that she had lunch with them at Qdoba while I was sleeping, and she said she was out shopping. When she got back, I asked her if she went out for lunch. She said she only went to Costco and Maurice's. She was blatantly lying to my face again, straight face like everything was normal. She just tried telling me that I just started crying while the song The End by Elliot Greer was playing because of my pre-workout I was drinking, since I always work out before a shift. I was screaming, F you, while repping out 315 pounds in 5 sets of 10. She just said, wow, you get frustrated when you work out. And my CrossFit gym in the garage. Either this lady is effing with me, or she really thinks she's getting away with this. The plan is to confront her February 7th when she returns. I'm in the process of getting all the paperwork filed and set, so I can be in position of favorability and I can have closure on my terms. Update, 30th January 2023. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I confronted her this morning, notified her whole family, as well as the cowboy's now pregnant wife and his family. She says she can change and wants this life. She didn't tell me because she knew what hurt me. It was just a fling. It didn't mean anything. That guy lied to her and she didn't know better. She left for her sister's house. I stuck to my principles. Update, 4th of February 2023. Her sister and family have resorted to gaslighting me. Apparently I caused this. Unprotected sex with another guy is apparently dismissive when I'm emotionally unavailable. She told Cowboy's wife it was all made up. Cowboy and his wife had decided to work it out. She's pregnant with his third child. My wife's family said, well, Daly first, implying I'm not part of their family, and they will side with my wife Bersa trying to help us heal. She scoffed when I recommended she go to individual therapy and try to work this out. She thinks it's all going to be fine, and then I can be manipulated into staying. Update, 8th February 2023. She signed the paperwork and I filed the divorce this morning. We had a long talk. She said she, 10 out of 10, wants to fix this marriage and will put in the effort over the next 89 days to prove that. I'm skeptical. Update, 19 February 2023. She's looking for houses in Texas and trying to transfer with her company. I hope she gets the position. It will make this a lot easier. Final update. Today, May 11th, the divorce is final. I ended up with the house. She's moving to Texas and transferring jobs. She still has no remorse and never took responsibility for throwing our life away. I still can't update my last post, so here's an update in a new post. Thank you to everyone who kept tabs on me. This still hurts, but I'm still moving forward. Deployment was tough. Coming home to a situation that ended in a divorce was even worse. The past several months since I have returned home from the Middle East has been the most difficult season of my life. Of course, there are two sides to every story, but this particular situation absolutely broke me as a man. It broke me down to the foundation I had come to build my life on. I had to rediscover my vulnerability. Sometimes it's okay to ask for help and admit you cannot handle something on your own. Grief demands a witness, as Dr. John Deloney always says. This was pain I could not simply internalize. The faith I rediscovered overseas has carried me throughout this, and I am very thankful for that. Trying to determine why people do evil things or commit betrayal have been difficult questions that I still don't have answers to. Evil hates the light, and truth is revealed by the light. Everything happens for a reason, even if that reason was to tell you that having a family and a life with someone in particular was not the intended path you were supposed to be walking on. If it wasn't for my faith, my closest friends from the academy, friends and family back home, and the men and women I deployed with constantly checking in on me, I'm not sure where I'd be right now. To those you kept calling and texting when I was in some very dark places, thank you. It's time to start a new chapter, and do it with someone who actually wants to write those stories together. I feel like I've been in a coma for the past 20 years, and I'm just now waking up. Lester Burnham, American Beauty, 1999. Let's see what the community thinks. Jokester316 says, I'm glad to hear that you made it through the other side. You had to go through hell to get there, but you finally made it. Did you not provide the proof to Cowboy's wife? Do you think she's just in denial? It wasn't just a fling. She continued the affair even after you got home. She wasn't going to stop. She may even have tried to pawn an affair baby off on you. You are not too old to start a family. Continue to heal. God has a plan for you. Now go start writing the next chapter of your life. Godspeed. Edit. I wanted to thank you for your service to our great country. Admirable Ad 801 chimes in. You know what? Sometimes life gives you a bad woman so that when you get the good one, you appreciate her more. No matter what she says or her family spatters out, your wayward wife dearly regrets this. They do not show, but they know they list the real thing. So when you confronted her, she said he lied to her. But what did she do to you? She took to transfer, but she cannot transfer from herself. You should zero contact to the zillionth now. Once she realizes being with you was easy, she will try to come back. Watch for that. I know you're shaky from these blows, but pull yourself together. Get out and look for your life partner. You, like all of us, now know it's not a fairy tale. Guess what? You're only ready for marriage now. You learn that you're the most important part of your story. Your partner adds, and you allow that, but you remain the important part. You absolutely made the right choice by leaving. You did nothing wrong and you did nothing to deserve this. It should be family first, but not in the way that your ex's family believes it to be. Your wife should never have looked outside the marriage, and if she was having feelings of loneliness, then that should have been a conversation that she had with you, OP. I'm so sorry. As much as it hurts, moving forward is the direction you want to be heading. Take your time, because it does not take time. As much as life can break us, we become stronger at the broken parts. You came out alive, and you didn't let this defeat you. You will find that special someone who can't wait to see you walk through the door when you come back from work. Someone you will spend the rest of your life with. Here's to a beautiful life ahead of you, filled with so much light and love. What are your thoughts? Have you experienced something similar? Share your stories with us below. Next, Death by Silk Kimono. My boyfriend, 22 male, cheated on me, 18 female, with my best friend, 19 female, while I was laying next to them. Hi everyone. Something really upsetting happened to me yesterday, and I'm feeling quite overwhelmed. I had been in a relationship with my boyfriend for almost 3 years, and I also had a friend whom I had known for nearly 2 years. Yesterday, I decided to go out for a drink with my girlfriend to spend a nice evening together. While we were hanging out, my boyfriend texted and asked if he could join us. Both my girlfriend and I agreed, and he came over, and we all had a good time. Later on, we headed back to my friend's studio apartment. Along the way, I opened up about some personal insecurities, like feeling foolish at times because of my hair color and expressing my discomfort with the idea of threesomes, as it made me feel gross and uncomfortable. Once we arrived at the apartment, we watched a series together. I must have fallen asleep at some point, and when I woke up, I noticed my girlfriend was continuously rubbing my boyfriend's belly. I immediately expressed my discomfort to my boyfriend, but I eventually fell back asleep. My girlfriend was also getting ready for bed, and I noticed she had changed into a silk kimono, which was unusual since she had been wearing an oversized t-shirt and pants earlier. A red flag for me. I was quite exhausted, so I drifted off to sleep again. Suddenly, I woke up, sensing movement on the bed and hearing heavy breathing. I was paralyzed, realizing what was happening. I went to the bathroom, trying to gather my thoughts and figure out what to do next. Eventually, I made the decision to pack my things and leave. While I was packing, my boyfriend went to the bathroom and I confronted my friend, calling her a disrespectful person. She responded with a feeble apology, but it didn't mean much to me. My boyfriend entered the room, and I ended our relationship on the spot. I swiftly left, with my belongings in tow. He followed me, pleaded to take me home and ensure my safety, but I refused. As I walked home, he continued chasing after me, expressing how stupid he had been and how he never wanted to do me. It was the first time I saw him cry, but by that point, I couldn't bring myself to care. I'm at a loss for what to do now. I see my friend regularly at school since she's in my class, and I don't know how to handle the situation. I'm consumed with anger and confusion. Update. Hey everyone. First off, I want to give a big shout out to all of you for the amazing support you've shown me. Seriously, it means the world to me. Now, let's dive into the story. So, I went over to my boyfriend's place to grab my stuff, and boy, did things get intense. We started talking, and before I knew it, I was yelling at the top of my lungs. But here's a juicy part. I finally get to hear his side of the story. Apparently, it all started while we were chilling and binge-watching a series. Both my girlfriend and boyfriend were into vaping, although I never really got the appeal. Anyway, turns out my girlfriend has this knack for mooching off others and being broke all the time. And guess what? She even used my boyfriend's vape. While they were puffing away, something fishy was going on. As my girlfriend got busy adjusting her blouse, my boyfriend couldn't help but notice. And here comes the sneakiness. She strategically placed the vape between her breasts, making it impossible for him to ignore. To top it off, she kept unbuttoning her blouse, making sure he got an eyeful. Poor guy had to rescue the vape from its booby trap every time. Then, she was rubbing my boyfriend's chest. And that's when I woke up and caught them red-handed. Making the funny story is my coping mechanism. I'm still dying inside. Now, I confronted my boyfriend right then and there, as soon as my girlfriend went to the bathroom. I decided to not make a big scene about it and let things cool down a bit. But then I noticed something peculiar. My girlfriend had changed into a kimono, and let me tell you, she hardly ever wears that thing. Normally, it's oversized t-shirts and pants for her. Anyway, I was too exhausted to dwell on it, so I passed out again. Little did I know, I was sleeping like a log. My girlfriend was turning on the charm. She dropped that kimono, revealing more of herself to my boyfriend. She made a move, tried to plant a kiss on him, but he initially rejected her advances. However, persistence paid off, and he eventually gave in. Things heated up as she started pleasuring herself right in front of him, even guiding his hand along her body. And that's when I woke up, feeling and hearing every dang thing. After my intense conversation with my boyfriend, I couldn't keep the story to myself. I ended up sharing it with my entire class, so now everyone knew what had happened. Fast forward to the day I had to face her again, and it was something I needed to retrieve from her, the Apple Pencil. And surprisingly, the first thing she handed over was my Apple Pencil. The class began, and conversations buzzed among my classmates. Suddenly, someone commented, "That's one messed up story you've got there." It was my cue to speak up. "You think that's messed up?" I retorted, and the discussion kicked off. People chimed in, expressing their thoughts. She first said that it was our business and others shouldn't get involved. However, she herself admitted that she would do it again, even with another best friend. It was a shocking revelation, making her come across as a truly messed up individual. Now, here's where things get interesting. Unbeknownst to me, my story had made its way to TikTok and was spreading like wildfire. I was surprised, but secretly grateful for the exposure. Fast forward to today, she returned to school, acting as if nothing had happened, as if she hadn't done anything wrong. However, many people from our school had already seen the TikTok and had quickly become the talk of the town. The best part was seeing her discomfort. We had a movie outing for school, and the topic of conversation revolved around my story. It was an incredible feeling knowing that everyone knew the truth. She sat alone at the front of the cinema, and it was satisfying to witness her isolation. Unfortunately, she later joined our group, showing a surprising amount of audacity. She'd even shared a version of the story with a few of her friends, albeit leaving out some crucial details to save herself from the drama. She claimed she was forced into the situation, but based on what I had seen, heard, and knew about this friend, I found it hard to believe her excuses. At this point, I'm contemplating exposing her name on Reddit and TikTok and revealing her true nature. She acts all high and mighty, pretending not to care and even taking pride in her actions, but I refuse to let this slide. It's time to confront her and make sure she faces the consequences of her actions. I want to clarify that while I don't solely blame her for what happened, her behavior in handling the situation has been incredibly nasty. On the other hand, when it comes to my ex-boyfriend, I can see genuine remorse in his actions. This realization has taken away the satisfaction I once felt in seeking revenge or taking further action against him. The community has a couple thoughts. Churcher78 wants to say, "All doxing might give enjoyment. It's a bannable offense and can lead to other possible legal repercussions. Take solace in her being the gossip of the class and be happy to move on." Bite Me 717 says, "I would have to tell her that she is dirty and nasty and looks like a walking STD. This also makes your ex disgusting and despicable. Tell your boyfriend that he needs to stay with her because two dirty and nasty people like them deserve each other. You've really dodged a bullet with both of them, and don't let either one of them back into your life. I would tell all your friends to keep her away from their boyfriends. She's just another, you know what." Winterfront 1431 says, "Act as if neither exists, and anyone who asks, make sure you tell them what horrible people they are and what her name is. He's only remorseful you woke up, not him doing it." Oh wow, you think something was going on between them even before something like this? It seems bold of your ex-best friend to be making moves like that right in front of you if it was their first time doing anything like that with each other. It also seems odd that you would have fallen asleep again after seeing her hands on your boyfriend, especially after mentioning your discomfort towards the action. What do you think? Thank you for joining us today in our space. Like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video. See you next time.